But no, but with meals is different.
If you take bread, put cheese and tomato sauce on top of that bread, you can say what you want. That's a motherfucking pizza.
No, it's not. Oh my God. See, we're not gonna
That's a pizza.
I hate that. A pizza.
Bread. Marinara sauce.
That sounds
cheese.
like a parent
That's
thing.
a pizza.
You remember your mother used to act like she could make food that, I'm sorry, Ma. Hard truth.
Terrance, I don't
this
like
shit
this
ain't
whole,
hitting.
I don't like I feel like
My mother used to tell me we got
Terrance,
McDonald's
no,
at home and she could not compete with
that.
McDonald's. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
way different. First, you're trying to indict turkey as a whole, and I'm like,
all
okay.
of our parents did it. They said, I can make you a burger at home. We gonna go home. I'm gonna get a fucking
Terrance,
thick
I don't give a
ass-
damn how you feel. It is a fact that a piece of bread, marinara plus cheese is a pizza. When you get it in the Lunchable, it's a damn bread cookie, weak ass marinara, and 3 pieces of shredded cheese, and they call it a what? A pizza Lunchable, nigga, and you ate it.
Okay, but you
and
see
you never
how
said
you
this
not
was a
saying
cookie pizza.
Terrell, but you. Yo, it's the Mallory Bros podcast, episode 280. Back for another Tuesday, man. Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving, happy holiday so far. Hope everybody got to be with some fam, and if not, hope you had a chill day.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know why I'm tired, y'all. I don't know why I feel kind of exhausted right now.
It's been a long day. We shooting off the late night. Happy Tuesday to everybody. If you watching this, shit, Monday Night Football on, we starting this joint. But nonetheless,
maybe that's why, because we kind of had a long day yesterday.
Hell yeah. I'm still spent, y'all. If you can't tell, if you didn't see, we was at that game. I'm still spent from that, bro. My face still hurt from all of the screaming and the pressure of the. I had to take a Motrin last night, but it was a great time. Not even gonna waste no time. Gotta give a shout out. It's episode 280. Big shout out to Toronto, Canada. Shout out to y'all. Ontario, I believe, as well. I don't know. But I think the regular area code is something else, but this is one of the overlays. So
yes, man. Shout out to Toronto, man. Shout out to the area. Shout out to all the Raptors fans out there. Blue Jays went to the World Series. Mm-hmm. Big support in Toronto. Episode 280, man. 280 episodes is pretty special. You add the next one across, or the last one, was that an add across the last one?
279?
No, not that one. We coming up on it. Either way, like I'm saying, y'all, we coming up on 300 episodes. Niggas been doing this pod shit for a long ass time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, can't wait till we have 365. Like a pod. We can, like, if you start listening to this podcast on January 1st, you can listen to an episode a day for the year.
Oh,
wow. I know hella podcasts are already there, right? We should have, like, if we were doing, like, bi-weekly podcasts, 2 a week, we probably would have been there. But for me, it means more because of how long it takes us to get there.
You
know?
Yeah.
So we just 1 a week.
Only reason why I'm saying that, a lot out there, but then a lot more to stack on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the first thing we talk about? We'll do weekend recap first before we even get into any of the good shit.
Yeah. Gotta start with a weekend recap just because it was such a jam-packed week/weekend with Thanksgiving being Thursday, the weekend happening with Black Friday, Saturday, and then into Sunday night for that game. But starting with Thanksgiving, man, Thanksgiving was dope. Went to my cousin Shanae's house. Big shout out to her. Big love to my whole family that showed out. We ate good. Got to see each other, man. And I don't know. I value that way more now than I did before.
Definitely good to see our fam. Definitely good to be around what you know you're thankful for. We don't get to see these people all year long like we used. Not even like we used to. I got this fake false facade in my head that I used to see my family more. And it's because I was young and seeing them used to be like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. And it was because your parents used to take you on moves. Your parents would be like, we are going to see your cousin. We are going to see your aunt. Your cousin might be there. And now when you pulling up, you're like, you're taking yourself. It feels less like it was before, y'all. Because I know we all say, I don't get to see my family enough. But seeing them felt good. And y'all know my family got a group chat that we all are in. And you saw what I said on Thanksgiving. I was like, damn, like, I'm thankful to be able to just go on my phone right now. I can go on my phone right now and see my cousins talking about the most randomest stuff. Definitely thankful for that. Me and my cousin watched it was so funny. I had Cowboys money line with my cousin who's a big Cowboys fan during the Cowboys Chiefs game. That was fun. Believe it or not, y'all will see that in the BTB. Football was fun on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I enjoyed seeing the Chiefs take that L. That was one of the best parts of my Thanksgiving. We didn't give a fuck that they pushed us a game back because we knew we was gonna be number one in that. We knew we was gonna be number one in the league after this week. And then
Burrow gave Lamar belt.
He did. It was not a good week for Burrow. I'm gonna say it was not a good week for my boy Lamar.
4 turnovers, right?
Something like that. It was bad. It's just been a rough year. I ain't even been talking shit about Jalen Hurts. He been looking ass, and guess what? I haven't been saying shit. I've been just so either on my own team or in other shit, y'all. But I still be tapped in. I be like, damn, niggas lucky I haven't been talking shit I should have said. But, yep, Thanksgiving was dope. Black Friday, did you do any shopping? I didn't do none.
A-Train did a bunch of shopping at this Black Friday store where they only charge you $10 for shit, right? Her and my sister Candace went. They was pressed to go.
I think I've seen them on Instagram do that.
Yeah, A-Train put a TikTok up if y'all go follow Anjoli on TikTok. So y'all can see that. But, bro, she got some good stuff for Black Friday shopping.
Hell yeah. They came up for sure. I was talking to Candace about it. We ain't do no shopping. I did a little bit of I did do some shopping. I tapped in with Welcome Pain. Did they Black Friday? Shout out to them. I did Happy Memories Don't Die. Shout out to my boys. Shout out to them.
I'm glad this nigga living up. Y'all see, I got a shirt on from last year. I know y'all seen this shirt.
This one I got from Costco literally today. I just wanted something warm just to throw
he's got a new one on.
Yo, Swain, look, I'm trying to get the arm to bust out that joint like
I'm trying to like how mines do.
Well, this is such a nostalgic shirt for me because that's the shirt you wore in the what's the name video, the top of the year, the Drizzy.
Damn yeah.
Party.
Yeah.
But
this looked like one of Mr. Rogers' sweaters. Y'all remember Mr. Rogers used to go get a little corduroy joint out, and it used to be a different color. My neighbor.
Boy, you look like you're drowning in that, boy. What's that?
You look like they got a young black Mr. Rogers.
Boy, you like
young black Mr. Rogers. They got him coming out to a dance track.
You look like when it's raining, but I can see that it's traffic.
Do you a favor. Black person up here. Hold up. When they turn Mr. Rogers up like this, the train come around.
What's the joint that Lorenz Tate and Vin Diesel did, boy? You like that movie. What's that?
XXX?
Hell no. Lorenz Tate.
Oh, Lorenz Tate and Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel played the hood, bruh, with the hat like that.
What you talking about?
That movie they did. Come on, it
was Vin Diesel and Lorenz Tate.
It was directed by the Hughes brothers, not the Hughes brothers, the twin brothers, the twin black brothers. Who we didn't talk about them in the black movie joint.
The Hughes brothers.
Yes, they did it, nigga.
Terrell with Vin Diesel or Ving Rhames?
Vin Diesel. You not a real fan. I mean, you not real.
I don't remember Vin Diesel in a gangster role with Lorenz Tate.
It might not have been Lorenz Tate. It might have been Lamar.
Lamar and Lorenz are two completely.
It was called. Hold on, wait. What's that joint he did? A Man Apart. Boy, you look like Vin Diesel from A Man Apart, like shit. No, who was this in it with him, Terrance? It was Lorenz Tate. I said it. And
why do I not remember that man?
Did the Hughes brothers do this movie or not?
It was Ernest Dickerson.
It might have been. Oh, it was F. Gary Gray.
It was F. Gary Gray.
Don't stop, boy. You look
like F.
Boy.
Gary Black, boy. You look like F.
You like Ezel.
You look like F. Jeffrey Blue. Fuck out of here, boy.
Hey, but look, didn't do much shopping. Kept it chill over the weekend. Didn't go anywhere. We just stayed in. Not even gonna lie, because Sunday came quick for us.
Yeah.
You know, especially with like the music shit. Shout out to everybody on the Patreon tapped in for the new Music Monday. We checked out the Uzi and the Young Boy. Them records was dope, man, to start off December. But Sunday came fast, buddy. Sunday night at least came fast.
Yeah. I would say we didn't do any Black Friday shopping. We didn't do too much going out during those days either, just because it was like, you know, honest, I'm gonna keep it 100, y'all. I was not in the best place after Thanksgiving. I was so fucked up. My stomach was fucked up, y'all. So, fuck it. I'm just going to put it out there. My stomach ain't been fucked up in a long time. So, bruh, who do the compilations?
My stomach was fucked up.
My stomach
few
was
times. I just don't be telling y'all no more shit. My stomach always be ringing off sometime.
My stomach was ringing off after Thanksgiving, y'all. Y'all know why? Before Thanksgiving, we was doing we not gonna cook. We got Thanksgiving. So you kind of like putting shit together the day before. I think I had a couple slices of pizza the day before.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful.
I feel like all of that shit just came back and hit me at once. And man, I just really had a bad Black Friday, y'all. A bad Black Friday. It felt like my stomach had a Swiss Army knife in it.
Damn, that sucks. That means you probably didn't even eat your leftovers then. Because once your stomach messed up,
man, y'all know what the worst part is? I wanted to hit the gym after Thanksgiving. I was so inspired to get in the mix with the gym folks. Shout out to everybody who's hitting the gym, starting that workout journey. A lot of people started their workout journey after Thanksgiving. I told KP, there are people who want to who wanted to start working out that literally said, oh, why would I start now and Thanksgiving about to come up? I'm going to literally get that plate and then I'm going to start my journey. So if you think you see a lot more people in your gym now, y'all,
100%.
It's the reason.
Small wave here, then in 30 days, you get another huge wave for the new year, for sure.
But look, Thanksgiving was great, y'all. One of the best games I've ever went to. Sunday night football. My team versus Terrell's team. Went to OT. The BTB is going to be so fire for that. And the seats were so fire. I've never had seats that good, y'all. I was truly spoiled, I would say that. Seats were just impeccable. I've never been able to see my team in that type of way. And it made me, it's a little bittersweet to not be able to watch JD5 out there.
Man, yeah, that would have made it 10 times better. And Terrance, that is what it was supposed to be. When I bought those tickets at the top of the season, I bought those tickets preseason game like 2. I said, oh shit, we playing Sunday night in Landover, we gotta go. And I wasn't gonna like get the best seats. At first I was gonna have us just there. Fuck it, we gonna be happy.
Yeah, we did.
And I said, you know what, if we about to go and it's gonna be cold and it's gonna be we about to be outside, like we need to do it up. So we did dream seats, 50-yard line.
We won 50.
Basically 50, T.
Go look it up. We was 25.
Terrance, no, we was like 35, 40.
We was 25.
Nigga, I bought the tickets.
Terrell, we was 25.
Okay, but it wasn't like we wasn't all the way back. Because you saw the joint we came down first. Them motherfuckers was at the 25. We had to go on this side.
Nah, yeah, you're right. We was close to the 40.
To the 50. We was close to we was right around the 40.
And I'm not hating at all. It was an amazing experience, y'all.
Nah, yeah, but y'all, we didn't know the dream seats came with all that comes with the dream seats. Like, and I'm pretty sure it's the same at every stadium, but I thought what we bought, when I checked out for 2 tickets, I thought that was it. You get free hot dogs, free soda, free cookies, free access to the club lounge. It was dope. Shout out, like Terrance was saying, with the BTB, if you're new to this podcast, for some reason your first episode watching us, we do behind the scenes. Shout out to everybody that taps in the Patreon.
Yes,
that
man.
episode is going to be a special one.
It was dope to go to Northwest, man. I looked at it as like one of my final, even though I know I'm going to go again in the next couple years, but like, I'm like, wow, like these are the last days of coming to this stadium because we about to move. They really are putting walls up on RFK. Like they really are constructing that joint. Like they really got the money going in over there. So like shit's about to be different, but
y'all, that was actually my first time seeing my Broncos play in my 25
That's
years.
crazy.
25 years as a Bronco. 26 years as a Bronco. I'm saying 24.
We should have sat on our Denver side, low-key.
Nah.
For that being your first time seeing your team play, we should have sat on the Denver side. But
it'd have been dope to sit over there, but I'm not gonna lie. It was certain times where I will be rooting for my players and they're running to the other side of the field, and I'm like, damn, they can't hear me, but y'all over here cheering y'all folks on from the sideline. And y'all, we were so close, like Terrance was saying. It felt like we were like in the game. Coming home and watching the highlights was like seeing a different game, the same game, but like, yo, the way we watched it, it really felt like being in it when you that close. Because the players are there, the coaches are right there, the personnel. It was points you can't see because the cameraman is right in front of you. Like, it was really
somebody go make a play out there, offense or defense. You get to see the camaraderie and like the excitement come to the sideline. I told Terrell one of the dopest things was seeing all the O-linemen by the heater, right? And then it'll be like 3rd down for the other team. So they all leave the heater. They got their helmets. They all go up. And then like, bro, gets a random long ass 1st down and you see the team retreat back like, oh, okay, bet we about to go sit down. Like,
yeah.
Or Tress Way.
When Bo Nix threw that pick. We sitting, all the O linemen are sitting. You see them hop.
Everybody get up. And look,
that was dope to see.
When Tress Way, our punter, Tress Way was warming up, looking like he was getting loose. Then the Broncos got that big play. They ended up in the red zone. So Tress Way just was like, all right, bet I'm going to just go sit down. And I'm like, oh, wow, because you don't got punt. But you never really get to see the way that this shit operates. From the cameras to the crew around you, fans, the experience. We got all of it on the BTB. So,
oh yeah, y'all, we snuck and got our camera up behind the cameraman, so we can see what the cameraman was doing. I don't know if that shit is gonna be legal, but
me and Terrell kind of film nerds in that regard. But
yeah, we found out. But man, it was a great game. OT. If you watched the highlights from the game, it was as thrilling as you saw in the highlights.
It was, y'all. I can't believe he was there. And then honestly, when I was there, I was starting to think like, okay, we just hyped because we here. But when I went home, everybody was like, that game was epic.
I'm like, okay, so it was exactly
I'm like, okay, bet. So we wasn't tripping, yeah.
Yeah, that game was dope, man.
Even some shout out to some of the fans that we saw there. I don't know who's tapping in, but like we saw hella fans out there. I saw you. It was love.
Yeah. We tagged in with a lot of people. A lot of realists now. A lot of pictures, whatever. Y'all got to send in pictures, man. I be taking too many pictures and then it just end up nowhere.
Nah, yeah, definitely try to tag something.
What do you want to get into first, Teach? Yeah,
first thing we got to talk about is the my hot take. I got a slight hot take about Thanksgiving. I personally feel like people should stop doing turkey drives. Terrell's about to tell me why people should still do it. But I told turkey drives, I understand. I feel like I understand it, but I feel like
you think people should stop doing turkey drives
and do a different food. Like maybe a food drive. Where I told it's like, hey, yo, I'm going to go to the hood and give out turkeys. You about to go give out turkeys in the hood? Why not go and give out? This is what I told What if you went and gave out DoorDash gift cards? As crazy as this sounds, and they gonna say, fuck this nigga, me talking. A DoorDash gift card gets everybody eating on Thanksgiving. Remember we talked about DoorDash went crazy on Thanksgiving because families...
A lot of people took advantage of the, it was actually a good day to work this year before Thanksgiving.
This is my thing.
A lot of people took advantage of DoorDash.
Let's say you couldn't eat on Thanksgiving. You at least have like something that can get you food after, you know? Like a turkey is I told Terrell this. A turkey is literally, I just have to say this, y'all. Maybe it's just me. The turkey has fallen very far down the list of Thanksgiving favorites. And I feel like people keep it high on the list because it has always represented Thanksgiving. A turkey. We ain't gonna eat it no other time of the year except Thanksgiving. But when you really think about it, I would rather a nigga was giving away a big ass bag of fried chicken wings. Hey, big bag of wings. We giving out this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you feel about that, Terrell? If a nigga was like, we ain't gonna do a turkey drive, we gonna give out wings.
2 Chainz, shout out to 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz do a dope giveaway every year in the hood where he goes back to his neighborhood, wherever he grew up. And they do, it's like a food drive. I saw people getting boxes of macaroni for their
I love that.
It was people that was getting they was getting their sweet potatoes and stuff for the yams. So I look at a turkey drive not as we about to go give, because people be making it seem like people would just be giving homeless people turkeys that don't have an oven. He ain't got an oven, but you give him a turkey. The people that show up to turkey drives... The
electricity is off.
Terrance, no, but this is the thing. The people that show up to turkey drives, the turkey isn't the most expensive bird, like, especially Thanksgiving. It's like a 50... I think turkeys are up to something crazy, so people can save their little money. Think about the DoorDash gift card you talking about.
But you see, that's my thing. Y'all think y'all saving money, but when the turkey on the table, it's really just so I feel like back in the day when you used to take your picture of the table, you had the turkey in the middle. But now, y'all... I just kind of, and look, some of y'all probably think that I'm tripping.
Terrance, you're saying turkey fell down the list. People frying turkeys now. I would say turkey has been on an upward spiral versus down.
No, man.
When the turkey was just getting baked, Terrance, it was in the pits, and then it was that bird that everybody got. It's going to be a little dry, get gravy, whatever, because everybody's
trying to act like frying the turkey is, y'all are really trying.
Dad made the craziest turkey the last 2 years. He did one last year for Thanksgiving. Remember, he did it so good, he made another one. Do you remember that?
I remember it, but I don't remember it being so good he made another one. I remember he just made another one.
Well, look,
y'all see what I mean? Like, I feel like we have been gassing the fried turkey thing. I think we kind of gassing it, y'all. Like, we were so wild that you could fry it. And now we got to the point, y'all, where I'm on the back end. I don't want that shit. I don't want none of it. I don't want it. It's
crazy.
Dry. It's not. I mean, maybe if we put it on bread and I get some mayo and I get a little sandwich, but for Thanksgiving,
you didn't say that about last year,
but for Thanksgiving, I am not the guy that needs to have. Think about what you had on your plate, y'all. I'm more upset if y'all don't have candy yams and mac and cheese than if y'all don't have turkey. Imagine going to a Thanksgiving they don't have turkey.
Sure, but
no collard greens, no mac and cheese.
This is pointless, T.
You're just trying to fight for like the fucking capitalist side of a turkey.
No, T, you said
I'm talking about taste.
It's dry.
I'm talking about
the
taste.
Turkey that Dad fried, the tweet fried 2 turkeys last year was fire.
Obviously, I didn't think that. You keep bringing up these turkeys like I forgot this great taste.
You know what it is?
Dad, you do a great job.
That turkey was not dry though, T. That turkey was juicy as fuck.
That's my thing.
I guess I'm feeling away because you talking about the turkey that I had.
It was juicy for a turkey.
Yes.
But guess what? Turkey already like not juicy. So you saying
this
it was juicy
more like
is like
you don't fuck with turkey. So now you saying niggas need to stop doing turkey drives and give away other food that I like.
No. I think a turkey drive is very specific. Look, you gotta take your turkey home and you gotta cook the fuck out of that joint. First, you gotta prep the fuck out of a turkey. It is literally one of the
do the chicken bag.
It is one of the hardest meals to make on Thanksgiving. The turkey, one of the most fucking intricate meals to make on Thanksgiving. And guess what? It really ain't that deep.
The turkey is actually simple, bro.
Terrell, you have to clean the turkey. You have to stuff the turkey. You gotta season your turkey.
You gotta season it.
Some of y'all motherfuckers are frying it, so that's another step. You gotta go outside.
If that motherfucker give you the big bag of party wings, you gotta wash all that chicken. Or some people like to wash or don't.
Or
you might want to soak it.
Thing too serious.
But you gotta.
I'm liking the 2
chains idea. We staying on you because you said it's so intricate. The motherfucker frying chicken has a little bit of a harder job than a turkey motherfucker. One bird on the pan, season
Terrell, no. Little individual.
All of that chicken you gotta season.
Little individual parts of chicken is way easier to cook than a big ass bird. Yeah, this is all right. We did it. We tackled the turkey. I feel like people agree with me. Because guess how many of y'all had turkey on y'all plates this year? Some of y'all like, damn, I guess Paul didn't make turkey.
People are gonna just say, oh, you family can't cook turkey, which I don't like because I had good turkey.
I'll tell y'all this. I actually didn't have any turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm not really rocking with it. I don't think that the turkey hitting like how it used to. And that's even when my dad, look, he keeps saying dad like turkey last year. I felt like this last year.
This year. You just looked at the turkey like this from across the room.
I said, fuck no, yo. I'm good on the turkey. And I feel like passing out turkeys I would not go back to my neighborhood and pass out turkeys. I'd probably pass out. I'm going to pass out I think it'd be dope to partner with like a DoorDash or partner with like a.
I don't think that's a bad idea because of the fact that people would actually get a whole meal on that day.
Yeah, or on a different day.
If you depend on what you get though, because if you give out 90 DoorDash gift cards,
how much?
That's ridiculous.
Okay, but how much is the turkey that we giving away?
I'm talking about the process to get food because if I flood the hood with DoorDash gift cards and everybody staying home to DoorDash, that sounds like it's gonna be hell.
But you see, my thing is, we giving all these people a turkey for this one day when the gift card will be more of a holiday season. Fuck a turkey. I would not go stand in line for a rapper and then go get a turkey. I wouldn't. I don't think it would be worth getting a free turkey.
Terrance, but you also a nigga that don't need a turkey. Some people want to go get that big bird for their family because of the symbolism of Thanksgiving, and you get a turkey on Thanksgiving. Now, they want a bag of chicken, they can buy a bag of chicken. But motherfuckers will give away a free turkey, and some people aren't broke. They just gonna go get that free turkey that they giving away. Fuck buying it. I don't gotta be on the street to get the free turkey. I could be just somebody that don't want to. I could be you.
I don't think that you got to be on the street to get a turkey, y'all. I'm just really on the taste part. Terrell talking about the politics of it.
But he didn't even try it on Thanksgiving. He didn't have any on Thanksgiving, so he can't even go off on normal, a recent taste. He's
I didn't make a political stance to not have turkey. I just don't want the taste. I think it's falling off. Just like I said, everything bagels are also falling off. When the last time you had an everything bagel? It's falling off.
I have everything bagel season, so I can literally make everything bagel anything. I can do everything bagel wheat toast, everything bagel English muffin, everything bagel.
I just asked when he had an everything bagel, and you should have just said
I literally have the everything bagel. I have everything. I have everything bagel.
That's not having everything bagel seasoning. It's not having an everything bagel.
But it's the everything. I can make anything everything bagel.
So when's the last time you took your everything bagel seasoning and sprinkled it on a plain bagel and had an everything bagel?
The other day, I actually have plain bagels that I put cream cheese on and then put everything on top.
God, bro.
Because you can do more. Terrance, you just be wrong about. You just be saying stuff is falling off that's not falling off.
I'm wrong.
You're saying, oh, this is falling off, that's falling off, and it's like no evidence of it falling off.
Terrell, but you haven't even fucking had this shit. You talking about having the seasoning.
I got the
and then you
seasoning,
sprinkled it
Terrance.
on the. And that counts as an everything bagel. So if I tell you that I had a donut,
so does my everything bagel have to come pre-made? Oh, I can't.
So
make
if
my own
I
bagel.
tell you that I said if I say when's the last time you had a sprinkled donut, or you ask me when I had a sprinkled donut, and I say I got sprinkles at home, I can make sprinkled Pop Tarts, I can make sprinkled this. It's
and then you say,
well, when's the last time you had a sprinkled donut?
And you say I had a glazed donut that I added sprinkles to myself at home. Nigga, you had a sprinkled donut.
Nigga, that's not a sprinkled donut. That's your fuckboy ass glazed donut with your added sprinkles.
So see, if I take a plain bagel,
a glazed donut and added sprinkles is not a sprinkled donut.
If I take a plain bagel, add everything bagel seasoning to the plain bagel, it is now an everything
no, the fuck it ain't.
Bagel.
How the fuck you do that?
Because you take the seasoning. What I do, and this is what I do, right? Because
how do you get it to stay on your bagel?
On some fat shit, not really fat shit, but right, about the lace.
How does he get it to stay on your bagel?
Plain, and y'all, this is actually some real fat shit. I don't like to say, and to getting your teeth messed up, whatever. But the everything bagel, you know how it be falling off? Like they don't give you all of the seeds, like it's gonna fall off in the bag, whatever, or not all of it's gonna stick to the bread. So you take plain bagels, cream cheese, and then you drizzle that motherfucker.
Terrell, that's not an everything bagel.
Everything bagel.
No, the fuck it's not.
Except it's on the top, it's on the bottom.
No, that's not an everything bagel.
Except on the bottom, it's on the top, it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
All right.
You're literally the nigga that would tell somebody
that's it.
that if they put something on the top and the bottom, it's a different. But no, but with meals, it's different.
If you take bread, put cheese and tomato sauce on top of that bread, you can say what you want. That's a motherfucking pizza.
No, it's not. Oh my God. See, we're not.
That's a pizza.
I hate that. A pizza.
Bread. Marinara sauce.
That
some
sounds
cheese.
like a parent
That's
thing.
a pizza.
You remember your mother used to act like she could make food that. I'm sorry, Ma. Hard truth.
Terrance, I don't
this
like
shit
this
ain't
whole,
hitting.
I don't like the I feel like
my mother used to tell me we got
Terrance,
McDonald's at home and she could not compete with McDonald's. That's what I'm saying.
Way different. First you trying to indict turkey as a whole, and I'm like,
all
okay.
of our parents did it. They said, I can make you a burger at home. We gonna go home. I'm gonna get a fucking
Terrance, I don't give a damn how you feel. It is a fact that a piece of bread, marinara plus cheese is a pizza. When you get it in a Lunchable, it's a damn bread cookie, weak ass marinara, and 3 pieces of shredded cheese, and they call it a what? A pizza Lunchable, nigga, and you ate it.
Okay, but you
and
see
you never
how
said
you
this
not
was a
saying,
cookie pizza.
Terrell, but you see how you not saying if we put the pizza cheese on the bottom and the marinara sauce on the top, basically that's still because all the ingredients are there. That's what you doing with the everything joint.
Terrance,
you try to make it seem
you're
like
crazy. This is an everything bagel.
You're having a regular plain bagel with everything seasoning,
so
my nigga.
It becomes an everything bagel.
No, the fuck it's not. It's a plain bagel with everything seasoning.
You're crazy,
you stupid ass.
You're crazy. You're crazy, and I can't wait.
I want everybody
Terrance,
to comment.
You're an idiot
And agree with me.
He's not smart.
Y'all think that that's an everything bagel, his plain bagel with everything seasoned on the top? That's not it. I'm sorry,
That's an everything bagel. Take a bite of yours and mine. Pause.
I want y'all
You will 100% say, oh, both everything bagels. This one tasted a little different, but both everything bagels.
I want y'all to imagine you get a funnel cake, right? And they bring your funnel cake in like a little cup with a straw. And you say, hold up, why they put the sugar in a cup with a straw? And they say, oh, well, you know, that's just kind of how we serve it, right? Because you can, you know, when you eat your funnel cake, you take your cup and then you throw the sugar in. Oh, no, so it's not really a funnel cake.
No, that's not the same. I want you to imagine if they just put the sugar on the bottom of the plate of your funnel cake. Does that change the fact that it's a funnel cake, Terrance? You bitch ass nigga! I'm taking this nigga.
That's a good one because if they put the ice,
if the sugar was on the bottom,
the sugar on the bottom,
it's still a funnel cake. If you eat it, it tastes the same.
Okay, but what's my argument on yours?
Because you're trying to make it seem like me putting my everything on top.
Yeah, see, no, that's not the same.
I just proved it.
There's way more seasoning. There's way more seasonings on the everything bagel on the bottom
the nigga with his green
than his little sprinkle on the top. That's my only thing, y'all. But you're right. It's funny. I'm now starting to run myself into a.
Hey, I just let the nigga talk. He let him talk.
Just let him talk. And he run himself into his own self. Either way, y'all, they have fallen off. Why you think this nigga sprinkling everything seasoning on a plain bagel?
Because they're so popping now that now they have seasoning. Before it was just a bagel.
Or
the bagel's so damn popular, they put a seasoning out so you can make everything bagel everything. And he's saying they falling off.
Maybe we making the same point. I'm saying that Terrell, literally, I'm saying everything bagels falling off because I have bought everything bagels and haven't liked them. You are buying plain bagels and using your everything seasoning, and obviously that's what I need to do because the ones that are in the pack, my nigga, have fell off.
I don't think so.
You're not eating them, y'all.
Terrance is moving the goalposts. Now it's all.
Oh my God, y'all! Terrell had picked
Terrance,
up.
you're crazy.
Terrell picks up the goalpost and says,
Terrance is crazy.
You're moving the goalpost.
He's moving it. Terrance, no. You try to now change it to say, oh, the ones that I've been buying haven't been good.
That was my point this whole time. I'm not
You didn't even know what I was buying.
Terrell, I'm not sprinkling this shit on.
You can't say stuff, and then when it's time to do research about it, you have nothing
I haven't switched my point,
You're
Terrell.
talking about, damn,
Terrell,
this is how I feel they're falling off. Then when people say, hold on, wait, they got all this stuff, you go,
Terrell,
hold up, whoa, I'm just saying.
I haven't switched my point, sir. Man, we gonna go forward, man. The first thing that we gotta talk about is Stranger Things returned with a fucking bang, man. Y'all know I've been critical on the creators, the Duffer Brothers, because they came out and said that they like the space in between their shows. We did the research. 2016 was the first season. They did second season 2017. We waited 2 years until 2019 for that third season. The fourth season came in 2022. That was 3 years later. And now 3 years later from that, we're in 2025 with the fifth and final season of Stranger Things. And let me tell y'all, they came back shooting.
Yes, they did.
They came back shooting.
They did.
I told On, like, you could have a problem with hows of any show.
Yeah, you can have a problem. You can nitpick any show.
But the sheer skill that they are putting on display, like the sheer, like, not skill, but like, oh my goodness, the product is amazing.
It is.
The product that they have to work with
And I just have to say, we watched 2 episodes and we're about halfway through the third.
And you
we
know,
ain't
Terrell,
even gotten to the fourth finish. Oh, well, not the finish, but like the before the Christmas Eve joint. But
you know what I was going to tell you? I think a lot of people are just like you. Because these episodes are literal movies. If you watch the whole thing, you basically watch 4 movies.
Yeah.
And it's so good, y'all. It's so good. The filmmaking is so good. Even on catching little stuff like if y'all go and watch, there's a scene where they're walking with flashlights. The girl, Nancy has a flashlight. They're walking, and the way that they have it lit, On was like, "Do you see how they have this lit so it's made it to look like their flashlights were walking? Because you couldn't see their flashlights." This was in episode 2. Some of y'all might see it, but like,
I gotta go back and look
I was telling her, like, yo, the way that you able to see stuff like that just really speaks to how good it is. And then,
and just so far as like story.
Okay, story.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the filmmaking is great. It looks great. Story-wise, I was concerned about the age difference, the time it's been, how they gonna hop us back in where they all grown up now. This motherfucker, the black motherfucker, Lucas up there with a beard on the red carpet. It just started feeling like we were losing touch with who they were as characters. But once we got back into it,
you see how that story is the most important character?
Yeah. The most important character, more important than the characters is the story that they're a part of.
The only thing that needs to look alike is the story.
But Vecna is probably, to me, the most important character in the show.
Oh, yeah. But also, Vecna is a part of the story.
11. Mm-hmm. 11 is the most important character in the show. But Vecna is the motivation of those characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, your antagonist is just as important as your pro. So,
my favorite thing with Stranger Things is literally that, the characters in the show. I think the reason why Stranger Things is so great is because the ensemble cast is so supreme. On top of the words, like they're so good on top of everything that Stranger Things needs to be. 80s nostalgia, like they have stuck to the same code that they've had for this show. But I think it's the ensemble cast that really sells it, because one of my favorite parts of this new season is the fact that some of the characters that you've always loved that's been over here are starting to mingle with other characters that you already love over here. But the reasons why you love those characters clash. That's the best thing ever. Let's say Terrell was like...
Give an example of that, though.
I'm not going to give an example because I don't want to spoil, but let's say Terrell was a king like, let's say Terrell was a pimp, right? And he just lived on the west side of the show. Like, he never really comes across this side, right? And then this person over here is a lawyer, right? And you just see him working case after case. You see Terrell doing pimp shit after pimp shit. And then all of a sudden, he needs a lawyer, right? Within that show, when you finally get the lawyer, you're not getting somebody that we don't know. We know them. So, an example in the show, when Maya Hawke, I don't know her name in the show, seeing her now mixing with Will's mom, and she was talking about Will, like, maybe you're a receiver because she has the radio knowledge, but she's always been on this side of the show. Like, that's how you use your ensemble cast. We made him great on this side of the show, but we just want to move him over here, put him next to this character. I'm telling you, it sounds easier than it is. But they do it well.
They did an excellent job, because when you think about watching the seasons back, I already feel like, all right, this doesn't feel like a sore thumb, stick out, oh, it was later season. Yeah. You know how that happens? And then when you watch the show back in totality, you be, even like a Game of Thrones, you can't rewatch Game of Thrones from 1 to 8 season-wise without saying, oh, this is when shit started changing behind the scenes. And I feel like Stranger Things, as long as they took, which brings me to the next question that I have about this whole shit, but as long as they took, the product has been great. And when you look back at it, because Candace did a rewatch, we did the recap joint where they show you the whole seasons, whatever, up to before you watch. And I said, damn, this joint is actually going to be dope. If they finish this joint out right, they'll have a dope 5 seasons together.
I still don't like how they did it, but
my question to you is this then.
I still don't like the gaps.
Yeah, all right, bet. Well, then, yeah. So you're answering the question I was getting ready to ask, which was, based on what you saw so far, was the time worth it?
No.
You know?
If y'all told us it took this long to do what we saw, we would totally be cool with it. But y'all done came out and told us that you just like building the anticipation. And it's like,
well, my question to you, to counter that would be, not counter, but a follow-up, would be, damn, everybody's fucking with the drain, right?
Yeah.
Who's to say what they didn't now work to the point where they're going to keep doing it, because we just basically proved to them that they could take this many years off, eat off the merch, eat off the whatever they're going to play, right, while they're building the show, and know that even after 5 years, you're going to show up if we delivered the brand that much. Because if they decide to do another season in 6 more years,
there's a certain integrity piece behind it. The next topic we're going to talk about, the James Cameron joint.
Yes.
That kind of deals more with what I'm going to say, but I just kind of feel like there's the integrity piece of delivering for your fans. I want y'all to imagine me and Terrell just like say, oh, we're going to just start doing the podcast every 2 weeks, right? And the only reason why is because, well, we want y'all to be more hyped for pod episodes. It's like,
yeah.
So you could deliver it like how y'all used to. Because remember, season 1 we got was 16. Season 2 was 17. Hell, even season 3 was just 19. You mean to tell me you can't even do that anymore, all because you want to wait for the anticipation, or you're trying to hold on to the relevancy like all of us? And I feel like that's what I don't like about it. Instead of you giving us the product for us to like or not like, you're dragging it on. Because let me tell you something, what you just said. Oh, if they ended, they have the opportunity to have a great show. You know who you said the same thing about? Game of Thrones when they were in their final season. And guess what? Them first couple episodes had you like, oh, okay, I see where they're going. The dangerous part about this whole shit is the fact that it has to end. And if the ending doesn't satisfy you, you run the risk of not, I watched this show for 2-3 years and I didn't like the ending. It's, I watched this show from 2016 to 2015. Hell, we're going to finish in 2026, 10 years of what if you don't like the ending? That is not what I want to sign up for TV shows. I don't like to wait that long, but hey, I know that's my personal preference.
I definitely understand that, and I will say that it is a big risk. Obligation and risk and just challenge to end a show like this after so many years, because like you said, with Game of Thrones, I feel like season 8 wouldn't have been so bad as people say. You know what's crazy? As bad as quote unquote bad as it was,
it wasn't that bad.
It's still good to me, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it was bad. But that show is so damn good that even the bad was like, tell your man to watch that joint. Tell somebody who haven't watched it to watch. And don't tell them all of the bullshit about how the writers change, right? And they'll tell you, yeah, season 8 wasn't as good as the other ones, but they don't talk about it the way we do that had the backstory of knowing why it was the way it was.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like in that same reign, the issue with it was the fact that they did 8 episodes. So by the time we got through 4 episodes, people was like, we still need to figure out this. We still need to figure out this, that. Jon Snow, this, that. And we knew there was 4 episodes. I hope that don't happen with Stranger Things because we got these 4 episodes. I haven't got to see the all 4 yet. It's been good so far. But knowing that we got Christmas and the New Year to wrap the whole shit, I hope it's not like a Arya Lucas just stabbed the fuck out of Vecna and it's like, oh, that's how he died. You know?
It probably, yeah.
So, and I feel like I saw some spoilers I'm not going to say because I'm not done for.
And that's what I'm about to tell you. You cannot tell me that Game of Thrones is not an example of what I'm talking about where you start to love the ensemble cast and you start loving these characters more. The filmmaker starts to love the characters more than they love the story. Yeah. And I feel like you start wanting for your characters in a show, you start wanting for your characters different things than the story originally did. That's why I feel like with Power, y'all having Franklin Saint become a crackhead at the end was a writer's choice for the character, not the story. Because I feel like the story, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. The story never called for Franklin to be a crackhead. Maybe Franklin saying fuck everybody being on his own.
Not yet.
But you see, it was the choice to make him a crackhead was a writer's choice.
Yeah. But if you're not in tune with that, you'll just look at it like, well, that happens sometimes in life. So I guess it makes sense for this character. And that's how a lot of people that don't have a film background look at it. Because they're not enthralled with the text. Or if you're not a reader.
But you don't really need that. Because guess what? There's some people who don't have the film background that just didn't like that. And I feel like if you're wondering why you might not have liked certain things, then the film background or some of the film context kind of helps.
That's true.
But that's all of that aside, I do feel like Stranger Things, with the tough task ahead of them, is doing a damn good job with these first 4 episodes. Even though I only seen 2, but so far the filmmaking is great. The cast is great. It's great. And I hesitate to start.
Just to answer the question, T, the time off so far, like the way I feel watching it, it's not worth it. But they didn't lose me.
They definitely didn't lose me either. They definitely didn't lose me either.
Shout out to that, man. I'm excited to finish because we talking about this, bro, and haven't even watched 4. Apparently 4 is crazy. Or the last episode of this whole little whatever we got. So
bear with us,
man. Keeping it film. Netflix recently submitted a mostly cash offer to buy Warner Bros. Discovery. That is a huge thing. They joined other bidders like Paramount, Skydance, and Comcast. This is the second auction for the company. And we don't know. The final decision, Terrance, is expected within days or weeks of who will get Warner Bros. Discovery, whether it'll be Paramount, Skydance, Comcast, or Netflix. In the next coming days or weeks, somebody, one of those 4, will own Warner Bros. Discovery. So on the heels of that, James Cameron, everybody knows James Cameron. James Cameron comes out because a lot of people are against.
James Cameron did Titanic. James Cameron is.
Yeah, James Cameron, Avatar.
Epic.
Big movies, right? A lot of people have hesitancy about Netflix taking on Warner Bros. Discovery because of what Warner Bros. Discovery's contribution is to theatrical releases, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people feel like Netflix is going to keep the promise of putting movies in theaters, but we all know Netflix has their own agenda, a.k.a.
push people away from the theaters to watching y'all.
They have literally been the theater killer. So James Cameron comes out and says, it will be a disaster if Netflix buys it. It's sucker bait. And this is his quote. He says, we'll put the movie out for a week. We'll qualify for the Academy Awards. And I think that's fundamentally rotten at its core. I think the Oscars mean nothing to me if they're not theatrical. What do you think about his stance and the Netflix bid and, who should get one or whatever?
I just feel like he has an old school mindset, which is totally understood, but also, this is my thing, y'all. I have an issue with him saying that, Netflix films shouldn't qualify for Oscars. Now, Netflix buying Warner Bros. Doesn't necessarily scare me because Netflix is about action. You know what I mean?
And he's not saying Netflix films shouldn't qualify for Oscars. He's saying if it's not going to the theaters,
which is
we'll put the movie out for a week and we'll qualify because you gotta put it out in. That is a qualifying thing for the Academy Awards. It has to have theatrical release. I believe. I need to double check that. And let you keep saying what you're saying. I'll double check that.
If you ask me, I feel like James Cameron is just afraid of what Netflix is, which is a big ass. Get the fuck away from the theater. Watch it on your tablet. Watch it on your computer. We have movies that will go to the theater, but like that is definitely very scary if you are for the theatrical release. Somebody like Netflix buying Warner Bros. Because that's production. That's like, that's even more production going towards or going, I should say, away from theatrical releases.
Just to make that clear, it is a rule that you have to qualify for Best Picture in most general categories for the Oscars. You have to have a commercial theatrical release, and it has to run for at least 7 consecutive days.
Damn.
Which means I could put a movie out in the theaters for 2 weeks and then submit for Oscars. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, James Cameron, and them feel like the best gauge on Best Picture, they're old school. Mm-hmm. So they are thinking, Best Picture on Best Gauge, I'm the guy that does Titanic that blows the theaters out of the water. That's
Avatar.
My claim. Think about it, if I'm James Cameron,
I have
that's
3
my
of the highest
argument.
Grossing films of all time type shit.
Right. That's my whole argument for Best Picture, low-key. We make the biggest impact. Look, people love our film. But look at what we did at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, he's going to say it's bullshit that just because this is a fucking... it's a pretty flower that you dressed up and it's got big names on it, whatever, but you sent it straight to streaming and you can win. We don't even know if audiences really love that or if they're just loving Netflix and watched your movie. I have seen people make the argument. You know what I'm saying? So there is an argument to be made like about the film's impact versus the available base. Imagine if you could just drop your movie to, I'm going to put my movie in the theater where people have to go see it. You're going to put your movie on Netflix where millions of people are already paying to come watch movies.
I mean, yeah, but I'm having a struggle with seeing where Cameron is getting the short end of the stick here.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time wondering where like, oh wow, when they do this, okay, bet. Let's say they take their movie, put it in the theaters for 7 days, and then they send it to the Oscars. If it's a good movie, it'll get love, and the campaign will run it into a win. I don't think we've seen yet a movie that was nominated for an Oscar undeservingly. Who? James Cameron, I would ask you, point to the film that you feel like was this Netflix 7-week and then boasted up in our faces, but it wasn't really what we were supposed to get because it really just sounds like, James Cameron, that you're a little threatened at the fact that Netflix's game isn't yours, which is to dominate the box office. Mm-hmm. You missed we shot everything. We got all 4. Mm-hmm. We just planning on dropping them. Bet. So you need 10 years of work to pay you back in the box office. As to where with them, they are getting their money every month. And they're all about signing deals, putting their money, you know what I'm saying? Look at them getting ready to buy. Like you can see what they're about. It's not necessarily about the essence of filmmaking. It's about the essence of producing mass films. The more we can produce, the more we have an opportunity to win. Look at A24. Look what everybody else doing. If you ask me, if I'm James Cameron, I don't think James Cameron is intimidated that good films are going to be produced from...
I don't think it's a personal thing for James at all. I think he's more so thinking about the future.
Yeah.
This is a big-ass move with Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers. It is kind of like the people that love film and in the theater like me, I do, Terrance, thinking you're kind of like a futurist guy where you're like, the game's changed, it's going digital, so everybody need to get with it or else you behind and you being old, right? And I'm kind of that way in music, but I still got like, with the music industry, you see I'm a little bit more leaning towards like, hey, I was super vocal about, hey, we need to watch out, let the young whatever. But with film, I still do have a love for the theaters, Terrance. And I do see Netflix's bid for Warner Brothers as a little bit of a threat to theaters. So take it away from James Cameron real quick and tell me what you think about that, because James Cameron, we know, gonna be good. You can sell any theater. But the future of this shit is we're gonna have a Netflix bought Warner Brothers, which means, oh my God, Terrance, Netflix becomes so big if they can expunge who who knows what's gonna happen? Cause don't they own Max? Like, yo, that's a big. It's a big thing. We don't know the deal. The if they're gonna win, it could go to Paramount, it could go to Skydance, it could go to Comcast. But the deal, it's not out yet. Who gonna win? It's still to come.
I honestly don't know, y'all. Y'all gotta leave y'all thoughts. If you ask me, I think Netflix is a big dog in the game, and them buying Warner Brothers definitely it definitely poses, a little bit of a threat towards the theatrical experience. But I mean, man, look at what Sinners, what's the name? One Battle After Tomorrow. Look at what these films are doing for the theatrical releases, being re-released, giving people more excitement about going to the theater. So I just kind of feel like if Netflix is able to put one out that's a bang and then choose to throw it in a theater, like, I feel like the big fear isn't for us as fans and viewers of the movies, because I feel like the movies that we really want to see in theaters, we'll be able to see them. I just think the idea of film being primarily consumed outside of the theater is just completely bogus to the OG filmmaker. Like, no way people aren't watching movies primarily in theaters first.
Yeah.
You mean we all watching at home on our $4,000 TVs? Yeah. Why people making theater rooms? People done got TVs, done spend all this money on that. But you want them to...
And these streamers, and we're spending so much money now in streaming.
And DVDs are gone.
DVDs are gone, yes. Physical media is gone. But look,
why would I go to the theater when I bought a big-ass TV?
Or if I'm spending $200 a month in Amazon, Apple, Netflix, I might as well root for the Netflix to buy Warner and root for them to push it in the TV that I bought. But that's only if you don't give a fuck about the theater. And I do feel like if the theater's closed, man, that will be not good for films, man. We need box office. We need the box office.
Do you think if the theater closes, then that closes the creators? You know what I mean? Will we get less films if the theaters are all bought up by these streaming companies, or will we get more?
I think budgets for people will get smaller, and I think you can't look at what James Cameron is saying as James Cameron having an issue for himself. This is not a Ridley Scott comment from James Cameron. This is more on the side of Cranston for the actors, and him for the future of film, thinking about how budgets could be shorter. Think about it. There's a lot that comes without theatrical releases. We could just give you this budget.
But where is the L that the consumer is taking?
It's not about the consumer. The consumer, I don't think, takes the L. I think it's more like the digital film argument, T. It's more of a, if you love the art, it's the hip-hop combo.
All I'm saying, the reason why I sound like a little salty is because of his Oscar comment. I don't think they should be nominated for Oscars. You sounding like you that sounded like you.
That sounds personal.
You know?
Yeah, James. Yeah.
You know?
And he's been edgy. Did you see he came out and said something like, they were like, what if people don't like your last Avatar? And he was like, I don't give a fuck. It's taken us so long to make this. I don't give a fuck if they like it. I'm just ready for it to go. Look, he said it's got to make a ton of money, and it's got to make, it costs a ton of money to make, and it's got to make 2 tons of money to, it's like, y'all sound stressed out on that set.
You see what I mean?
What's going on? Somebody called Nathan.
No wonder that motherfucker is begging people to go to the damn theaters and not do this shit. Because how dope would it be for you to just drop your Avatar on one of these sites? But guess what? You're not going to do it.
Terrance, no, I wouldn't do that either. If I'm James Cameron, it would be stupid to drop the last Avatar on a site. It would be stupid as hell to give it to Netflix or anybody. It'd be, I want that box office.
Because he got to make that money back.
And we're all going to go to the theater to see it. Boy, you was there to see the Wet on Water drink they did. Whatever they did, what's it called? Way of the Water.
A lot of that got me back was the fact from the first one. I'll definitely go see the other one. I love Avatar, but I think everybody would also watch it wherever you put it.
Wherever they will be. It's an interesting conversation. Y'all leave your thoughts on that one. And then look out for that, y'all. That news is coming out any day now, they say, between days and weeks.
Yes, man. Some more news that's coming out this week, and we're not going to talk about this for that long, but there's a Diddy documentary coming out this week. Also on Netflix. Look out for that.
That joint drops today.
That joint is actually out today. So we, of course, haven't seen anything. We just sitting here watching. We just sitting here chatting.
Mm-hmm.
But
I saw a little bit of the... I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna say nothing
staying away from the Diddy
yeah.
docs. For some reason, I feel like I want to watch this one. I don't know if it's because of the 50 involved thing, and I just want to kind of know what 50's even trying to like say in this joint. Yeah, being attached. Because what's the angle? Diddy's already locked up, right?
Yeah.
He's already gone through the whole shit, literally serving the time. We've already gotten Diddy docs, right? The early joints where they went through the Cassie thing, where they went through the... So my thing now is what angle do you take? Like, is this going to be him fighting the case? And then, like, what footage were y'all really able to get?
They said there was some footage.
I saw some footage. But
some of the footage is leading up to his arrest or whatever. I don't even know. I told Terrell it feels more like TMZ than art, but definitely still interested to see exactly, I guess, more details about what's in front of us. But yeah, man, that's definitely something that's coming to Netflix. Y'all can check that out. I don't really got too much to say about that, Terrell.
Nah, yeah. We were talking lightly about like 50 and Diddy's beef over the years and how 50 just will literally not take his foot off Diddy's neck despite anything. And I was telling Terrance how 50 just been that when Irv Gotti passed away and people was like, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, 50 take beef to the grave, to the grave, to the grave.
Y'all know how I am, y'all. I am a film guy, and I think 50 needs to put more of his focus on his, his real shows that he doing instead of this what feels kind of like, this feels kind of, I don't know what it does feel kind of trolly, like a troll situation where I don't know what to take so serious or not, him being attached. But I was just telling Terrell, 50, you need to work on your shit, bro. Power.
I feel like looking back, they rang Power for Power would be way more respected. And this is going to sound bad because I love Tariq. I love all of the actors from the spinoffs, right? But the spinoffs low-key ruined the value to me of the show. And it just felt like, and I don't know how you feel about this, because we never got to talk about the Michael Rainey Jr. Michael Rainey Jr. did an interview talking about, they were asking like, yo, you should be in more shit.
That's my thing, yeah. That was the smoke that I had for 50 Cent, because I'm like...
But see, my question is this. I feel like they kind of took Power, which was great, but don't it kind of seem like that was 50's big... That was your big film opportunity, idea, collaboration that was so good, and you just said, bet, we're going to do this show off of it, this show off of it, this show off of it, and now it's looking like, okay, Kanan getting ready to maybe do one more season. BMF is done now. That's not really a Power offshoot, but it's still Power-ish. Different story. But like, the Tariq joint is over now. The Tommy joint is canceled now. We're going to see how this joint that you got now with Ghost, they got bruh from All American to play the young Ghost. He looks nothing like Jamie St. Patrick to me. I'm sorry. I love bruh, but I don't think he looks anything like Jamie.
I can't believe they have bruh playing
it's
Jamie
like,
to the point where I don't want to watch it.
And this is my thing. Don't it just seem like, okay, your big idea was Power. You stretch the fuck out of it like how motherfuckers stretch Kool-Aid or sugar. Or how motherfuckers stretch stuff.
Bro, yes. Now we
like,
finally at a point where...
the ketchup. Like, damn, like... And think about it, T. Nothing else he really did film-wise has really taken off. But we're not going to have that combo. We'll just skate to you doing this troll shit.
And that's why I said, like, yo, you can do this shit, 50. I ain't really tripping about it. I'm not really so much like the nigga that's all over the Diddy trials or whatever. I just do feel like you said, the shit that you're doing over here that they give you credit for, and people will say that 50 Cent, I saw somebody say 50 Cent was a mogul. 50 Cent is a film mogul. What?
He's no. I wouldn't go film mogul.
Like, I feel like he is involved in a lot of stuff, but like, mogul, come on, y'all. Yeah, Power was good the first couple seasons, but for the most part,
yeah, you see, and I hate to give it my dog Ryan Coogler. It wasn't smoke for him. It was just kind of they kind of threw him in the wrong mix. It was this thing talking about what's going 270 millimeter, and it was like, this is Ryan Coogler's influence. And everybody that's of the ilk was like, whoa.
Ryan Coogler himself is influenced.
Ryan Coogler will tell you that this is Chris Nolan game. Never disrespect Nolan like that. And y'all showing how you watch the Kodak video and learn, cool. But don't start talking like you know the industry. Hold on, wait.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Because then you're going to send Smoke Ryan way that he don't deserve. Because he's not out here saying,
I'm putting niggas on.
He very clearly
even
said,
though low key he is, but he's not taking credit for it.
He's not taking that credit. Oh, he the reason why these filmmakers are using 70. Whoa. You can't say that. That's
you
not
can't
true.
Even give that to Nolan, boy. You understand who is a 70 guy.
Terrance.
That Hateful was shot on 71st, nigga. Panavision.
Terrance, okay.
Hateful was
Nolan
shot
has been
71st
shooting
before.
on IMAX longer than QT was shooting on Super 35. Nolan was shooting IMAX 70 before your boy. Fuck out of here.
He was not shooting. No, he was not shooting 70. Why Panavision 70?
Terrance, first of all, I'm a Robert Richardson fan.
Nigga, what's the name was not using that before
Tarantino was shooting 35 mil, Terrance. Let's look it up. It says Nolan brought 70 millimeter back into the mainstream first with The Dark Knight in 2008. Everybody remembers that very first scene. I used to sell TVs for a living, Terrance.
Yeah.
We ran that first scene. That was full IMAX with the Joker's
Hold
mask.
on, wait, though. Let's back this off because this argument is going a left way. All I'm saying is QT sold Hateful Eight on 70. Dark Knight Rises was sold on Heath Ledger, Joker. This is The Dark Knight. Literally, Hateful Eight's campaign was on the back of it being wide.
You're
70.
saying why? You're saying why, though, T? It says QT uses 70 for scale, immersion, and realism. I'm sorry. Nolan uses 70 for scale, immersion, realism. Think Interstellar, Inception, immersion, realism, scale. Tarantino used 70 for texture, nostalgia, composition. That makes sense. But
So what's more influential?
Nolan,
so what we saying
Terrance,
to
but that wasn't the question.
to
That
Ryan?
wasn't the question. The question was,
What was Ryan using it for? Answer it. What was Ryan using it for closer to those
Ryan
two?
used it for, I would say all of those. I would say he used it for scale. I would say he used it for texture, though. I would say he used it for nostalgia. You going back in time.
Why is he leaving composition? That's the most.
I would say all of the things though. But that wasn't the question.
And we getting long-winded on if this was Ryan's influence, Terrell. Let's not get too long-winded on this.
You started an argument. You tried to put with your boy up there, but now you're seeing you're wrong, boy. QT, of course, has been a film guy, right?
Yeah.
No, but he's again more about story. Nolan is.
But we talking about, because we're not talking about who used film. We talking about who is the person that said and pushed film to be used. We talking, hey, look, hey, put respect on my guy.
QT had pushed the film conversation. Nolan is the 70 conversation. Dark Knight Rises.
I don't like it.
He's
IMAX, Terrell, I want you to, and Terrell gonna say this is a good example. IMAX not really fair to be using when we talk about film, even though Nolan's a film guy, but
But I'm King IMAX.
I feel like when Quentin Tarantino decided to use that 70, he decided to use it in his way. Like, hey, this is Quentin Tarantino, and we going full 70. Not I'm just going to do this one or two different scenes that show a different scale. We actually are going to go into a 70 millimeter widely shot film all the way through. I feel like that was literally, you went to the theater to see it on organic 70 millimeter film when it came out, Terrell, because of the way he sold it.
And they said that QT did a road show for 70.
He had film cameras that were showing, you could go in, Terrell, we have a camera.
Terrance, that's true. But the facts are the facts. Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight,
Terrell, we talking
Interstellar,
about,
Dunkirk, Tenet, and Oppenheimer were all shot in 70.
But look what
Nolan didn't necessarily talk about it as much.
But look what they saying Ryan Coogler is doing. Ryan Coogler coming out and saying, hey, this is 70. Hey, we shooting on 70. Keep it 100. Ryan, I mean, what's her name ain't doing that. Christopher Nolan did not do that, even though Christopher Nolan has in educational videos. I was going to tell you this.
You're right about Nolan's influence
to
fans. You're right about Coogler's and Nolan. You're right about Coogler and QT's influence to the fans. But the girl that said Coogler's influence, that was talking about the filmmaker who has 25 films.
Okay,
he's not thinking about Coogler more than he would be inspired by the guy who is the guy who does this.
Yes.
It's like a nigga saying, oh, SGA got all these young cats doing
with the straight back cornrows. Like, oh no, he doing that because of AI. You just wasn't watching AI.
Yes. Even though
mellow.
But look, it can still be true at a level, but just be careful when you start putting too much on somebody's plate because it can invite hate. You see that?
Yeah.
It's like when a nigga say Terrance can rap way better than a nigga that everybody loves. Hold up. Now we got to start cooking this nigga in the name of the nigga we love.
Or we need more
proof.
We're
not just going to say it because vibes and retweets.
People don't like to say stuff about vibes and retweets. IMAX to me is like a Maybach. And we having this conversation about Mercedes.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
It's not really fair that You get to say, well, Nolan was using IMAX. Okay.
This is a great question for you, T. And I don't know if you saw this tweet, and this is on the end of this film shit. It says, are you critiquing, somebody just tweeted this. Are you critiquing the film you're watching or the film you wanted to make?
The film I'm watching.
Okay, but I want you to think about that because I thought that was a good thing to say.
That's a great question.
Because I feel like filmmakers and film students, film buffs, people that love the art, they get the idea of the film. They think it's going to be about this. They can't get past their creative mind so much that when they're watching stuff, I feel like you do this sometimes, you start thinking about how you would have did it different as opposed to watching it for what it is. You feel that?
Yeah.
Do y'all feel that?
Yeah.
I felt like I can even see where I might do that. Okay, that's actually something that made me think about that. Are you critiquing the film that you watching or the one you would have rather made? And I know a lot of people might not think that because you might have never thought about making a film.
It's an unfair trick question that opens a good conversation, but it's a trick question low key because anything that you are enjoying or critiquing, you're critiquing it with your own bias and taste or your own
That's true.
flavor. If you say, I didn't like these shoes because they covered them in orange,
But
you obviously have a what's the name?
That's different.
No, but I'm saying films are the same thing. When you're like, it's all the same thing. When you're watching a movie, whatever you critique, even if you like it, it's based on what you wanted to see in a way.
I guess that's true. It's based on what you would like. Like I make mac and cheese, you do chicken. Right?
Look at
You're not gonna look at but you might look at somebody else's chicken and say, oh, I don't like it, but do you not like their chicken or is it just not your recipe? Okay, her mac might be a little bit smokier than mine.
Candace, my sister Candace, can watch the most corniest rom-com ever, right? As to where I can't sit through it sometimes. Like, her value on that is much different than mine's, but it don't necessarily change what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We both watching movies, and her taste, what she likes, what she tolerates. I'll say this. What I like about that question is, are you being too harsh of a critic because you wanted things to go a different way?
Yes.
Or are you able to just accept what they had to offer? Like, I can admit that I watched this show, All Her Fault, on Peacock recently. Yeah. And I told An, I just don't like how they did it. Like, people are loving that show. When you go to some of the comments, people are like, I love this show. I love this show.
It was fun, man. It was fun. If you don't take it too serious, if you're not trying to watch it like a damn doc where...
You could never...
That was the best thing. I forget who said that, but I think it might have been Park.
It was G.
No, I think it might have been Park. He was like, I think I was listening to the JBP, and they didn't fuck with it. But like Park was trying to say, y'all are docs guys, so y'all probably was looking for all the details to be serious. And honestly, T, if you could pick the
way the story was told, I don't think that I would have done it better. More than I just don't be liking certain stuff. You know what I mean? I don't like to just start the story at the front door of somebody's house and she's like, my son's supposed to be here.
See? Okay,
I personally don't like that, not because of my own choice, more so than I feel like
you wouldn't have done it that way.
Terrell, see, no, because I don't like that. No.
Because you can't tell me how starting that movie that way is bad. You're just literally saying, I don't like that they did.
Let's say you don't like the beginning of Bound 2. Bound to falling in love. Let's say you just wanted Kanye to start with, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you wanted that. I just don't like how you started this. What if I said, that's because you would have done it different? No, you just have an opinion on a song, and that's not about you creating songs.
But remember, I wouldn't ask this film question to just a random Joe Schmo.
But you see, but that's why I say it's a trick question, because anything I say, you could literally, if I say anything negative, you could say, well, that's because you wanted to do it different. You're right.
Well, it's not a question that has a yes or no. It's one of those rhetorical, you should think about it questions. And it is a question that tries you to be a little bit.
And you a Gail Givens ass nigga. I'm calling you about it. You a Gail Givens ass nigga. Because you're doing exactly what you said. You're really trying to corner me with that question.
How?
You're really asking me that question with an intention that I am doing that. You trying to say, are you watching a movie for what you like? Or are you watching for what you want to make? Because you think I'm doing that.
I think you do. I said it to you.
I know, and you a Gail Givens ass nigga because I don't fuck with that. And honestly, no, I'm not doing that. It was a Gail King ass question that a nigga asked me.
Put y'all thoughts in the comments on that, especially for the people that are like creators, because it's not even just like films. It's you could be somebody that make music, and not even realize that now you kind of critiquing music from a place of your own creativity and what you would do.
Yeah.
And not necessarily taking the album or whatever it is for the reason the person decided to do it. It's just something good to think about.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to do one more film topic.
We can, bro. We on a film roll.
I'm going to take it here. Before we get out of here, I definitely want to say that shout out to everybody who hit me and actually saw that Quentin Tarantino is releasing never before seen. Apparently, it's the scene that didn't make the film in Kill Bill that he's releasing.
This is different from the
whole Bloody Affair. I told y'all he gonna come out with the Bloody Affair, and I said he was getting ready to come out with the sequel at the end of the year. Or I'm sorry, the third joint at the end of the year. I said sequel because the whole Bloody Affair is literally one movie, low key. But apparently, it's a never before seen or heard scene that was supposed to make the film that didn't. I don't know if you know what it is, Terrell, but basically, Gogo Yabari. The reason why I'm saying this is because, remember, I thought it was going to be the revenge story for Vernita's daughter.
Yes.
Basically, it's basically a scene that he was supposed to put in the film that he didn't. All I'm going to say is, y'all, I felt very good about that because if this was what everybody's been waiting for, which is a actual, maybe a third or a continuation of the story, and you're releasing it on Fortnite, y'all saw what we was just talking about. Nolan coming out with Oppenheimer last year, and we just got the Odyssey already coming film this year. Ryan Coogler, we just talking about with film.
He got Black Panther 3 next. We just know he has works coming to the theater.
I just hated to hear that QT has a fucking thing coming to Fortnite. When y'all saw my tweet when I said, am I being pranked? I wasn't asking that because I guessed this. I was asking that because I can't believe that he is doing a release on an animated release on Fortnite. And you just had to can the movie critic? So your Odyssey, your Sinners never came out. Like what you were supposed to come with, nobody really gave a fuck. You're making a movie about a movie critic so that you can walk that into you being a critic. It's one of the first times that me as a fan of his is like, okay, man, I guess I'm going to download Fortnite so I could watch this scene, bro.
Where you at what point do you sound like James Cameron now, acting like you too old to download Fortnite?
Well, we talking about
is QT making a move that is
look, you're not talking about James Cameron putting Avatar on whatever. He's criticizing other people what they do, but he's still gonna do his thing. QT, you doing this for Fortnite? It looks money grabbish. It looks away from the love of the film.
Especially you, the motherfucker that was screaming that film.
Oh,
you stay in the
fuck
theater,
watching.
Stuff on
you
your
shouldn't
phone.
watch it on your phone. But how we gonna play Fortnite at the theater?
It looked bad. QT need to get back into making movies, but I honestly feel like he kind of, bro. He's such a I
feel like he's 60. Fuck this shit. He's done. I don't think he want to do it anymore.
Terrance, I feel like he love it too much to leave it alone, but I feel like he's too much of his own, like you said, his own critic.
QT, I used to feel like that about you, but now I kind of feel like, I don't know, 9 films and that's it, bro.
Yeah, that's all he's got. I was gonna ask you, Terrance, this is just a completely random thing. Has nothing, nobody even asked. I was just thinking about it literally downstairs. I said, damn, what happened to Jack Harlow?
What you mean?
Nothing happened to him. Of course, he's fine. Probably, hopefully, right?
God willing.
I don't even know why I'm talking about it, but Terrance, think about this. I feel like it's kind of a weird space for a Jack Harlow type rapper to drop, is it not? Think about the rap game right now. And this is the only reason why I asked this, because it's completely random. But like, we be talking about people, we ask where certain people are, right?
Yeah.
I think my next person is like, oh, okay. I feel like I know why you not here with Jack. And I could be right or wrong about this. How many albums did Jack Harlow have?
2.
8.
8 albums?
Yes! A lot of niggas don't know that. That nigga got 8 albums. He dropped his first album 2016, second album 2017, third album in 18, fourth in 19, fifth and 6th in 2020. You drop an album and then another album, which is the one that had the We Can Never Be, Long As We Would Try, the Bryson Tiller. Damn, no, that's actually a completely different song.
I'm about to say, no, that's not that.
I'm thinking of the, remember the Love Is Dro joint?
I don't remember the nigga songs.
Damn.
I remember.
You remember the Tyler Hero joint, though?
I remember the Tyler Hero joint.
The album with that came out in 2020. He put 2 albums out that year. Anyway, long story less long, he put out the Come Home, the Kids Miss You in 22, and then Jack Man in 23. Those 2 albums were received with mixed reviews.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, what happens in 24? Going back to what I should say. Tommy Richmond, $1 Million Baby goes crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a top chart record, right?
Yeah.
White boy.
Okay, yeah.
So here's the thing.
But that was like a Jack Harlow type of hit record. Okay, maybe I'm reaching.
Not sound-wise,
mean.
but the white boy in hip-hop, that got a little banger out.
But that's what I meant, John. Like,
so, like, think about what happened with Tommy, though, T. 2024, Tommy Richmond puts out $1 Million Baby. And that goes crazy to start the year. Your album came out in 23. Middle of 24, what happens? The great hip-hop apocalypse of Drake versus Kendrick. And what is it? It's a cultural battle, low-key. The battle takes a turn towards culture. You not like us.
He's a vulture.
You know?
He used him. Used him.
Think about this.
Yep.
If I'm Jack Harlow, what am I? I am literally a baby Drake.
Damn,
My biggest industry cosign is the nigga that they're saying is not the culture right now. And I just had to watch the white boy Tommy Richmond get told, you a white boy rapping, get the fuck out of here. You know what? I think we don't like you motherfucker no more.
Well, no, the way Tommy Richmond kind of did it to himself
He
a little
did,
bit, but you're right.
But think about if I'm white. If I'm Jack Harlow, I watch him go out and fry himself that way, and I watch everybody now have a sour taste in their mouth for like, not only the white boy rapper, but the Drake nigga. Cause think about it, Jack Harlow's not the lyrical miracle nigga. Even the Hello Miss Johnson joint he put out, the joint he did with Doja Cat, the I wanna fuck this bitch, trying to bust nuts in this bitch. Doja walked you down on that joint. So this the thing though, T. What's his strong suit? His strong suit is bet. I'm gonna make the jammy record that people fuck with, like Drake.
Or like Tommy Richmond.
Oh, yeah, but Tommy Richmond is just a different sound. Drake and Jack Harlow, like Jack Harlow, clearly that was your lane you was following.
Yeah.
But now I feel like post that beef where the game is now, it makes sense where you might feel like, what the fuck am I about to drop right now that niggas will fuck with? You know what I'm saying? Not saying, I'm saying just period.
Now, what
it's a random question, but
I feel like you make a good question. I think you make a good question, but the question kind of has the answer in it. You know what I mean? Duh.
But then
not smart for him to drop right now, considering
the climate?
Yeah. You kind of gotta wait for Drizzy to drop Iceman. And then get over the bullshit of that. And then you can just be like, look, if y'all not happy with just music, because I'm not here for that.
You know what the hard truth that I realized too about Jax? When your sound is kind of like the bigger artist, when that bigger artist isn't around no more or doesn't drop as often, you kind of also suffer. It's like the same thing where you had J. Cole and then a bunch of niggas that sound like J. Cole, but when J. Cole tucks away and goes away, and y'all are still putting your music out and it don't resonate, it's because the nigga you sound like that everybody loves
has been gone for so long.
Like the sound just, and I could be off with that, but like I just feel like the sound, people may not be able to receive Jack's sound even the same now. What is he gonna sound like when he come down?
I don't feel like he can, and this is the question, it's the curveball I'm sending you. When Jack Harlow comes out and he's on a Morgan Wallen, because I heard we
got killed by saying Wale. Yeah.
Well, he didn't get killed, but like, hey, when he's on one of them joints and he does what y'all call the Post Malone switch, can you really be mad at bro?
Yeah.
Because he never was in here acting like anybody but what we would deem a
But T, first of all, I don't see
vulture.
I don't see Jack doing that because Jack been rapping since 2016, and I don't see him leaving hip hop to do that.
I'm just saying.
But if he did,
no,
T,
but
you
like
wouldn't
you
get
said,
criticism for that because you still use hip hop. The criticism comes because you was nothing. Use hip hop to get famous.
Then hip hop cast me out though. If hip hop cast me out, and I choose to go,
who did hip hop?
The Big X the Plug route.
Who did hip hop cast out? Hip hop don't cast you out.
No, but that's my thing. You just talking about how
you cast yourself out.
No. Right now, you're talking about how low-key, due to the sequence of events, Jack Harlow's whole situation is in a stint because of Drake, and now you feel like, damn, hip-hop don't want what I have to offer. You just said if he drops, he could face some of the...
I feel like
if he were to say, fuck dropping hip-hop then, because I don't want to deal with none of this bullshit.
That's career suicide.
No, look. I'm going to go the Post Malone MGK route, which is not career suicide. It's just leaving hip-hop.
Terrance, okay, but for your hip hop career, that would be career suicide. We're not talking about him ditching the genre.
Y'all keep saying that, but like,
release.
MGK could put out hip hop and his career isn't over. He could just literally just flex back and forth.
Okay, T, well, don't think about him doing that. Think about, all right, bet. He's not going to do that because he already said he's not
Terrell,
going to do
you
that.
keep saying that, but that's not the question that I'm asking you. I already answered your question. My question for you is, when he does do that, would you still have the same animosity you would have towards him than you would have towards Post Malone, considering he really doesn't have a choice?
That's not true because even what I'm saying right now, you can deliver a good hip-hop album. I'll say
how, based off what you just said, the hip-hop apocalypse, not wanting him, because you even said yourself it's not smart, so why should he do it? Just for the love of hip-hop that y'all niggas don't love?
I think you have the same challenge to show you more than just you have the
but
challenge
if you know that you're that.
Terrance, that's not, but this is the thing. And it's not just Drizzy, right? I'm not saying it's just Drizzy. I'm saying his style is like Drizzy. But the game right now, not even just after the think about it. That after the beef, you got all of these albums that are low-key bangers to the point where it's not really, again, because Drizzy not really outside, it's not really cool to just put out a project of dope tracks. We love the Freddie joint. We love the Chance joint, the Wale joint. We love the J.I.D. joint. We love the Clips record. We love the albums of this year are so layered and dense that it's kind of like you might, like you're saying, if you just put out the record where you just got tracks where you saying, what's your girlfriend, where she at now, you might get killed for it. I'm not saying run
so why would he do it?
Country though, T.
But look, why would he take the risk you telling him, which makes way more sense? You like the nigga that's saying if you go to the party down there, you might get shot, you might get stabbed, but you gotta prove yourself. Or listen, or if I go to the party over here, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm gonna have a good time, but you still gonna look like a bitch in the eyes of who give a fuck?
You will look like that
Terrell,
if you do hip-hop.
who gives a fuck if when he drop hip-hop, niggas gonna just kill him?
But why are we trying to, okay, T, I don't get why you're so hell-bent on this question of him leaving hip-hop. It's like,
because my question to you is based on what you're saying, why should he do what you're saying? And put an album out that attempts to show he's something more than we all know he might not be.
Remember, I started just saying, I understand why we haven't seen, bruh. You saying, okay, so when he goes and does that, I'm saying, yeah, we would have an issue with that because
I'm not saying that
you still need to just rap. You still need to rap. You don't need to go and do that.
But I don't know. This is my opinion. I'll let Terrell have his. I don't think you can tell him how horribly dangerous it is for him to rap these days because it would look a certain way. But then on the other end, you say, oh, wait, but you can't switch your style up and go elsewhere. Otherwise,
so you think it would be smart for the nigga to go do the Morgan Wallen thing and put out an album? Like you think it would be smart for him to do the Post Malone thing, ditch hip hop, and what? You think you gonna look back at people and say, why y'all mad? Like, yeah, people are gonna be mad. You became a big ass hip hop artist. You start putting out all these hits, and then what? It get tough and you leave the genre, and what? You gonna turn back and look at the people for having an issue with that?
I don't see why the people who won't want music from him would have an issue with him doing music elsewhere when if he were to drop hip-hop, because he would get killed for it.
People want you to drop hip-hop, T.
Terrell, but if he started doing hip-hop, he's already had some bad reception from his last couple albums.
The Jack Man Dre was better, but...
You know what I mean? Now you want him to come again on the back of this Drizzy beef where you're right, his main co-sign took a L. He ain't even thinking about dropping. You in a weird space. You want him to test the waters.
Terrance, I never said I wanted him to test the waters. I'm talking about you randomly responding by saying, what if he put this album out? No. And that was the only reason why I said he should still rap. I'm not saying he need to rap right now. I get he shouldn't. I'm talking about why we randomly now are talking about him going to country.
Because the opportunity for him to go to Terrell, because the opportunity for him to go to country is actually probably at an all-time high. You got Big X the Plug finding success. A lot of rappers are finding success going that route. And if we are shunning people out of hip-hop just on the sheer fact of this beef still, which you know people are doing.
We're talking about the YT. I'm not shunning, bro.
You know that when he comes out, them Kendrick fans are going to cook the fuck out of him. And it ain't going to be Drake fans that dislike him or his fans that don't like his shit. He's going to get flooded with the beef shit. All of the Kendrick.
And niggas like you.
You know what I mean? Like...
Because depending on, but again, I feel like that depends on what he dropped. I feel like he will have everybody's ear if he drop
But you know he gonna get
project in the beginning. If the project isn't good, then niggas will judge
Terrell,
you.
you just
acting like niggas are just going.
You just basically said that. You just basically said it. Now you going against it. That like you know niggas gonna dub his album soon as it drop because of the politics, and it's not really smart to drop right now.
But the overarching thing is, it really does depend on the. I said after the whole shit I was saying, he now does, instead of going that route, he instead has the opportunity to show that you're not just. I think he's still young enough in the game, even with 8 albums. You still young enough to show I'm not just the guy that can't do a project this deep or this level. You see, Wale dropped this project, Chance dropped this project, Freddie dropped, all these people dropped. When you drop, that is what we about to stack your album up against. Even Drizzy, I think, has more pressure.
I think Freddie's album
on this project to be dope. Even though all of Drake's projects are dope, I don't think he can make bad music, but I feel like
you got to stop naming Freddie's album with Chance and JID.
Terrance, no.
You got to stop naming
not what You Only Live Once, but the joint with him and Alchemist. They did a movie had a whole.
I just don't think that album stacks up with the other albums you're saying. I think it was cool. But I never looked at that album like it was ever going to compete for a real shot at album of the year. I always felt like you really liked it, but like I don't think it stands a chance against Chance's album, GNX, all those other albums.
Yeah, I do.
I don't think that Freddie has enough substance in it. I think Alchemist had more substance in the joint, low key, than Freddie. You just talking about bitches.
Wait, this their album together,
right?
That album,
and it was Alchemist that came with the.
Okay, but think about this. It's not about Freddie having the best album of the mix. It's about the fact that, bro, so many albums that came out on so many different levels delivered something beyond just I'm making music.
But that's my thing. I feel like Freddie's album was like
Terrance, but what about think about it. I could just do an album about me getting bitches, right? Or I can take a genre. You caught the sample and everything. You see how they took a genre.
No, yes, but this is my thing.
Whatever, and made music conceptually around something. Is what I'm saying.
They can do whatever the fuck they want because they don't have to deal with the remnants of the beef. Jack Harlow cannot just come out here and put out a good album and it gets respected because people are going to align him with Drizzy and he going to get the hate that he knows. That's why he's not dropping.
But T-Note, I don't think that will happen though. I think it will. Being aligned with, because I don't think he aligned with Drizzy during the beef. That nigga went quiet like everybody else that was in his side. But
like, you know how it is.
I think if he drops a conceptual album that people fuck with, it would do good whether Drake co-signs him or not. It just depends on the album though. If that nigga drops an album but
you got to go back to what your original point was, which is how Drake coded he is. He is going to get Drake smoke because of how Drake coded he is, and that's why he ain't dropping. And if Drake stays gone, that's what y'all not thinking about.
We said that.
If Drake stays gone, no, that's what I'm telling you. If Drake stays gone, you run the risk of that nigga switching his flow up. He might do what you have, bro, the writing been on the wall.
I just don't see where Jack is gonna go that far.
He could go with a dope pop. Jack could go pop, bro. He could go pop.
He can, but I feel like he should stay hip hop. I feel like you just got a big challenge to actually deliver. The only reason I brought Bro up.
But what if Bro do a dope ass conceptual album and then he falls in? Like my question to you, I agree with you, but is it worth that risk?
I think it's worth showing, for your career. I think it's worth the risk right now because. I mean,
well,
he gotta be at the drawing board on some. And I hate to be talking long about Jack Harlow, but I think it introduces a good conversation about combo. Just
Now, my question to you is this: what you think about what Wale recently said about J. Cole? Did you see that?
I see. He said a couple of things where he said a few things. Is it the one he was on Gina and Head?
He said, he was like. I don't know if that format's for me, but J. Cole probably beats everybody. Because they were talking about he talking about Verzuz format, yeah.
So Verzuz format, Wale is tough. For J. Cole, though, I feel like J. Cole last 7 rounds, he'll probably win. Wale got bangers, though, Terrance.
Wale has bangers.
Some of them joints, what does J. Cole play when he plays the Rihanna Bad joint? That's kind of a point for Wale.
He can play On My Way, On My Way, On My Way down.
And Crooked Smile, as much as I love it.
That's got Mariah on it, right?
As much as I love it, I don't know if that will be a point in the building against Bad.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
No Hands is tough to go up against.
And that's just a verse.
And then that's just like, we're talking about like that. Like Wale got
But
songs.
if we talking about verses, J. Cole can definitely give Wale some go. I think
100%.
my question to you is really about Wale's answer. Wale saying Cole probably beats everybody, right? Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to get on that. And a lot of people were saying that like they feel like Wale counts himself out. And the only reason why I bring that up is because sometimes as an artist, when we talking about Jack Harlow, you sometimes feel like you even could, Terrell, do the conceptual album that they'll fuck with, but you just tell yourself, like even Wale saying, I'm not gonna do that because every time you can tell he's sick of the people.
I feel for Wale Terrance because I feel, but and he kind of,
and people gonna get on him for even speaking on it because whenever Wale speak on it, they say he shouldn't say anything.
And Terrance, he just did it with this album where people was like, damn, Wale Wale was on that joint responding to like some of the negative takes. Oh, Wale need to do this, do that, and then Wale would respond. And it's like, you getting so much love for this album right now. People shouldn't even see these quote tweets of you talking about the people that saying negatives of it. So much love, and people feel like Wale focuses on the negativity too much. Hence I'm not gonna say because every time. But there is a conversation about
every time.
Because people write Wale out of that convo until it happens. I would love to see that happen. I feel like that would be something to light versus stage up. J. Cole and Wale are cool, so far as we think. Then again, I don't know. He just came out and said that the False Prophets Drake was about me. He called me. I don't know. But I'd like to see that. I would like to see it.
I'd like to see it.
I don't think it would be as...
I'd like to see the sport of it. I wouldn't want to see them actually beef because I don't think like they'd be...
No. I mean the verses. I'm sorry. I mean the verses
and that's what I mean.
The
sport of the music be music.
Yeah. I would like to see that. And I don't think it would be as... I think it'll be closer than people think.
Only reason why I bring that up, y'all, is because when we were talking about the Jack Harlow thing, I just wanted to bring up a situation where an artist, you can kind of see them say, you know what? It would be a dope idea, but I just feel like I don't want to go through it because, like him saying, yeah, J. Cole probably beat everybody, right? You know what that is? That's bending towards the negativity, like you said. You even saying J. Cole beat everybody, right? That's like J. Cole saying, oh, who y'all top two? Cole or Drake, right? Cole or Drake? Yeah, I know they gave me the 3, but it make you look... Oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It make you look like you salty about the 3. And guess what, y'all? If you ever made anything, you can have 7 niggas tell you this was the most amazing thing ever. The one nigga that tell you, it was meh, you are going to see that more. You just, like you said, you can't respond. And I was going to ask you this one last thing. Is that a DMV thing? You think that's a DMV artist thing?
No.
It ain't.
I feel like anybody from that class, right, that looks at those artists, I feel like
Is it a DMV thing? What I'm saying, basically, no, what I'm saying is like to respond to the negativity.
That could be area coded because we are kind of like...
We very much...
I even have to tell myself not to do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. You going to have your haters that you know going to come outside for certain shit, and you do have to tell yourself, don't say nothing to what you know is going to come.
And then there is just natural, I get it. I feel like if you came from the Kendrick Drake class and you watched that battle happen last year, you might have a little animosity built for the both of them, be just on the sports side. Like, damn, I wish I could have went at it with Kendrick or whatever. I feel like I could have.
Oh, 100%.
Because you come from that era. Like, I know Big Sean, Crit, Wale, everybody that was mentioned in the Control verse that watched Kendrick and Drake battle, they felt like he whipped Drake ass, but asked him about if Kendrick would have battled them. I bet they all will say, hey, I feel like I would have. They come from they don't look at him like we look at him. They look at him like, that was my peer and it's still my peer.
And they all looking at the fact that bruh beat Drake with the culture. He didn't really beat Drake with the mic so much.
It became,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even with, and I'm not saying that Kendrick didn't more so than I'm saying they don't look at it like that. So they think even more. We know why you got that dub, but go against me. You know, that's what Joey was saying, you know?
And Joey is another one from that anybody from that 2010 era. You saw it with Joey. He couldn't hide it.
Yeah, like, yo,
Joey,
I'm coming at you.
Joey, I felt the energy that hip hop was, that brewed from the beef so much that he popped shit off the strength of that. Like, I'm not tucking this shit. And I feel like his target was Kendrick. And he ended up having to go through all the other West Coast niggas because Kendrick didn't oblige because he was fresh off or whatever. But you can't tell me that energy wasn't the reason.
Nah, yeah,
so
man.
it's very real. I mean, y'all can put y'all thoughts in the comments, what y'all think about both of those last two conversations. I didn't want to, I hate to put a spotlight on Jack, but it was something that I thought and said, somebody should ask the question. Shit.
Do you want to talk about the NFL? Do we want to do some NFL talk?
We can talk some NFL. We can talk some NFL. I tried to watch as much as I can. I'll say we just watched the Monday night. The Patriots just won. And I'll just say this. Now they're back to number one in the league, which is annoying. But I feel like we can beat them.
The Patriots are the best team in the league, y'all. Ain't that a blip boo?
Mm-hmm.
Better yet. Hey, look. I can't believe that the NFC is as tough as it is if you ask me, Terrell. I'm sorry.
Man, the Bears are number one in the NFC. I would have never predicted the NFL to be the way it is right now. Like, Bears number one in the NFC, Lions 7-5. Like, never saw it. I didn't see the Vikings being 4-8 after last year.
Everybody in the NFC West has 9 wins except the Cardinals. Rams 9 wins, Seahawks 9 wins, 49ers 9 wins.
So the NFC West is low-key the best division in football.
Arguably, yes. Because Rams, Seahawks, and Niners.
Yeah, that's the best division.
Niners with 9 wins is a surprise to me, but it is what it is, y'all. We're not going to get so much into these games, more so than we just going to talk about where the league is right now and like the standings. Terrell and his Broncos going out there and beating my Commanders. Sealing the 10th win of the season. They up at the top of the rankings to the point where, bro, y'all going to the playoffs, and the playoff picture is literally starting to like unfold as we speak now, y'all. Hold on, wait, my son. Let me see what's popping. I'll tell y'all this. I want to give y'all my NFC favorite and my AFC favorite. I think I'm just going to do that. Instead of harping, I'm going to give y'all my NFC favorite, my AFC favorite. And y'all going to say, damn, this is the most predictable. He's the most predictable ever. My NFC favorite is going to be the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
My home away from home, 206. Let me tell y'all something. I personally feel like Seattle is having a special year, and I feel like Seattle can make a run in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. I feel like Seattle has pieces that shock. I feel like their defense is okay. I think my home away from home, I'm rocking with them. My AFC favorite, Denver.
Yeah, for real.
Only reason why I'm picking Denver, man, is Denver is getting the job done the same way the Philadelphia Eagles 2 years ago was getting the job fucking done. We was like, they trash, but they winning games. Or maybe it was 1 year where they was trying to say they was trash, but you can't argue with 10 wins in a season. You can't argue with 2 losses in a season. You can't argue with 9 straight wins. I'm not saying that the Broncos are going to take it all the way, but I do feel like sometimes the magic is on your side. Last year, we watched that magic take us all the way to the NFC Championship. I'd like to see it for the kid. So I'm going to go with the Broncos. Outside of the Broncos, though, my AFC sleeper.
Hold on, wait. I ain't get to give my picks.
But I'm just giving my little small AFC sleeper pick because I'm picking y'all because we all know you're going to pick y'all. Burrow and them.
The 4-8 Bengals, Terrance, they might not even make the fucking playoffs. Fuck out of here.
If Burrow and them, and this is what I'm going to say, Brody, they just seem like a different team.
They can't beat us.
Terrell, y'all are beatable. You got to stop talking like this. Now, I know the Bengals.
Who could beat us, T? Hold on, wait.
The Bengals are 2 games away from being in contention in their division.
Terrance, you talking about a 4-8 team versus us who have 2 losses on the season.
A 4-8 team that just went out there and
are they even in the hunt?
Why are we acting like they're 4-8 because they've had Burrow this whole season?
I mean, yes, but are they even going to have a shot to play us?
I think 100% they have the shot to win their division still. The Ravens are literally cooking themselves from within, and I feel like the Steelers are okay, but in 4 weeks, we could be talking about the Bengals in first place. Mark my words.
Maybe.
And if the Bengals if the Bengals sneak in with Burrow, Higgins, Chase, that's dangerous for anybody playing them, Terrell.
That's true. I don't think they can beat us though. I'm sorry. I feel like
let's hit Terrell's picks. And let's start with your NFC first, nigga.
My NFC pick, y'all, is the team that put belt to ass to the Seattle Seahawks. Sorry, 206 Rams.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I know.
Y'all play them on the 18th. Let's see if y'all can get a dub. If y'all can't beat them, I don't even see how you can pick them as the favorites. You're not going to be able to get past the division opponent that got y'all number.
Because I feel like the Rams magic, and the LA fans going to not like this, I feel like the Rams magic is the fabricated magic that we see from a team every year where we like, hey, look, they're doing it. But I feel like, I don't know. I like that Devontae Adams has had a touchdown for like the last 6 games or something. Yeah. They figuring it out.
Matt Stafford is.
But I don't know. Denver's magic is funny because Denver seems like they can stumble into oh shit, we won the Super Bowl. It'll just be funny as shit.
Let me tell you this. You know my AFC pick is not my Broncos.
Who is it?
My pick to make it out of the AFC is not my Broncos, y'all. As much as we're as good as we are, we're not my pick. I would say if I had to pick somebody to make it out of the AFC, outside of my own team, I feel like if I'm keeping it a buck, y'all, this is how y'all know I'm a real fan. I feel like, y'all, we're going to have to deal with a playoff Buffalo. We're going to have to deal with, God willing, a playoff KC. You know, like, I don't count those teams out. And my Broncos going out there in that shootout, that was a beautiful game. But I can't help but think, Terrance.
What about the Patriots?
I don't think the Patriots can beat us. So I'm not going to say y'all are the favorites. And I feel like y'all are also a team that nobody says anything about y'all, but I feel like we have good wins. Y'all got a few good wins, but we got more good wins than y'all, I feel like.
Patriots really don't have... Patriots the easiest schedule, yeah.
The easiest fucking schedule. Anyway, I think this, T. I think it's easy for me to get up here and say, oh, everybody, whatever. But, like, we went out there in a shootout that was beautiful, like I said, against the 3-8, bad defense, and couldn't score. Look. Took us to slug that motherfucker to the end with an OT to get 27 points. You know what I'm saying? Against a team that felt like, I can't help but look at JD5 in that bubble coat on the sideline with his ice with his mama, right? And said, if this nigga was playing, these niggas might have 30 points.
Hell yeah.
Because when McNichols was getting to running, I said, okay, I think we gave up over 130 rushing yards or something like that.
But did you see what R.J. Harvey said? R.J. Harvey said we a lot better than our record, which a lot of teams are. But if you ask me,
how you gonna say you a lot better than your record when you 10-2?
No, he said that the Commanders are a lot better than their record. He was.
Yeah.
I do feel like y'all.
I can't. I'll just say that. I just cannot pick against. I'm not gonna pick my Broncos to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. I can't say all of that just yet.
I can't necessarily the Broncos gonna win the Super Bowl. If you ask me who I'm riding with the Seahawks. I'm riding with the Broncos. I'm riding Bengals this time. Y'all know I normally don't like Bengals. Y'all know I normally be like trying to compare Joe Burrow and JD5, and
I want my guy Lamar to bounce back, man. Y'all know Lamar guy.
I'm starting to be a believer in
CJ Stroud.
Joe Burrow.
What about your boy? Hey, you know who you're not talking about? The motherfucking Chicago Bears. Caleb, boy. Having his JD5 season. Fuck you talking about? His turn to go for 12-4. Fuck you talking about? Then what? What if JD5... Hey, Terrance. Let's fire this nigga up. What if Caleb Williams and them go to the second, third round NFC championship like y'all did? Would it be a conversation then? Tell the truth. See, I know you love JD5. But if Caleb Williams take that team to the NFC championship... It will be a little bit more of a conversation about them two in a competitive way. Nigga.
If you ask...
Bear down. Shout out to the Bears. They need respect. 9-3. Did nobody call that?
Nah, 10-3. 10-3.
No, they are not 10-3. No way they are 10-3.
Bears
they got
10-3.
10 wins. Hell no. The only team with 10 wins in the league is us and the what's the name?
Oh, they 9-3.
Yeah, it's only 2 teams that are good enough to get 10 wins, and that's us.
I'll say this about the Bears.
And the Patriots. Fuck out of here, everybody.
I don't think Caleb Williams is the reason why the Bears are 9-3.
And Terrance, I ain't trying to start you up.
That's all I'm going to say. But last year, without a doubt, Jaden Daniels was the reason for our success.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I remember a very, very, very short period of Bears fans telling me and other Commanders fans that Jaden Daniels was drafted to a better situation than Caleb. Yeah, that's why you even still, to this day, have Bears fans claiming that JD5 is a system quarterback because Mariota has had some success. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody just recently said, oh, JD5 is a system quarterback because look at Mariota. Well, we just watched Mariota lose us the game.
We see JD5 lose y'all games.
When?
That nigga threw that pick. It was his fault. Remember?
That wasn't to lose the game.
Terrance, that was the reason y'all ended up not winning.
Terrell, no, it was not.
We said,
this nigga JD5
we gotta
was
put that
fighting.
on JD5.
This nigga JD5 was fighting all the way till he broke his damn arm. All I'm saying with Mariota will throw a dumbass pick in the red zone like we just seen. Mariota will, at the end of the game, duck ass ball into Benito's hands.
That was a great play by Benito. Terrance, that touchdown was there.
I'm thinking JD5 put the on Benito, and then look, Benito gonna say, ah. And look,
the defensive player of the year is gonna.
We've done it before. Trust me. Ask Eagles fans about Carter and JD5.
Oh, let's ask Eagles fan about Carter and JD5, boy. Let's ask about the final box score.
Let's ask them because they know what I'm talking about.
They bust y'all ass bad.
No, all I'm saying is JD5 put the moves on one of the best, whatever. You acting like it couldn't have happened because y'all got because it's your guy, Terrell. All I'm saying is, what was I saying about JD5?
I get it. I ain't want to start.
That's all I'm gonna say about the Bears fans. Niggas tried to say that JD5 was a part of a system. He's not. But I do think Caleb Williams is a part of a nice system led by a nice offensive-minded head coach coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Yes, a very nice, well-oiled Bears team that's now starting to show up on all sides of the field. So who really was drafted into a better system? Because JD5 last year, y'all, was all 5. I'm sorry. That was all 5. The same squad we got now, minus Debo, is the same squad we got out there. We are running McNichols and Rodriguez running back. Like,
yeah,
it's the same team, and we are 3 wins and 9 losses.
All right, bet. Nobody cares about the Commanders this much. I don't think many niggas know who McNichols is.
Right. That's why I'm saying don't tell me that JD5 got drafted to a better fucking whatever.
Look, I don't believe in that. You don't got to preach to the crowd, and I don't think most people believe that.
I'm talking to the Bears
about
fans.
If Caleb Williams goes to the championship this year, like your boy did last year,
I don't think that we can have a conference.
I think depending on what he does in the playoffs,
okay,
whether you like it or not, it's gonna be a conversation.
But you're talking about if he does what my guy did. Okay.
People having a conversation now.
My guy did
You're having a conversation now feeling like, why are we having this convo? I'm just saying, if he do that, you're going to keep having the convo.
My guy did it on a franchise where there was literally coming off of mayhem and nothing. They have had plenty of rebuilding done in Chicago for this to low-key be happening, is all I'm saying.
I fuck with him, but he's not Jamie.
If Caleb Williams were to go to the Super Bowl or the championship, he would get respect for sure. But you don't get put over JD5 just for doing what he did. Go get a ring, nigga.
Yeah.
Go get a ring.
I would say the same
thing. That's
the
only way that I'll have to give you respect over 5.
But 5 doesn't have a ring, so he doesn't get any respect.
But 5 went to the NFC Championship. So if he goes to the NFC Championship, I'm not putting you over 5. I don't give a fuck about that. And you got a better squad.
That nigga have a Brady run. Terrance wouldn't put him over.
Let's go. My motherfucking Wizards won tonight.
Second one.
Third.
Who did y'all beat?
Apparently we beat Milwaukee Bucks, and Chris Middleton hit the buzzer 3 to beat his old team.
In a stadium of 75.
So it was Terrell that hit the 3.
Terrance, look.
You hit a 3, boy.
If I showed you this and said, yeah, I got the new Jamie St. Patrick character.
Right. That's the new Jamie St. Patrick.
And I fuck with, and look. I fuck with bro. This is the new. This is my guy that's playing the new Jamie St. Patrick, right? This is bruh from All American.
Please get the fuck out of here, yo.
Look, let me show y'all.
How are we supposed to believe that that's Ghost?
I love bro. I just felt like this was an opportunity for y'all to get somebody that might have been unknown, but that fit more of the Jamie aesthetic, because I just don't see him as Jamie. You're not the same skin complexion as Jamie.
You're not going to look shit like Jamie.
You never saw Jamie with cornrows.
I'm not buying it. I'm not watching it.
I'm feeling like...
Y'all low-key nuts. I didn't watch Raising Kanan.
That was one of the best spinoffs.
I didn't want to watch a show about.
All right, bet you better sound bad because that was one of the best spinoffs. That was one of the best spinoffs of the show. Say what you want.
You see how y'all say it was one of the best spinoffs? I've never seen a good episode of Raising Kanan. I swear to God.
You didn't watch it.
Did you watch it or not? Remember I tried to watch it and I was like, this shit trash, yo. I'm not about to watch this shit. I mean, the only good person I like in the show was the mother, but everybody else I was like, yo, what am I watching? It felt like you, but like you said,
it had some good.
I felt like what you said. I'm watching the spinoff of the spinoff.
You're reliving the magic of the first, and that's the thing. That's where I feel like they just bled it too much. Anyway, get out of here, y'all.
It also felt very Get Rich or Die Trying-ish, you know? We already watched Young 50 with his mother, you know?
Yeah. I honestly feel like they've been raising Kanan too long. I've been waiting for the 50s. When are you going to come, 50, as the young version of
Oh, he's never going to be.
I thought we was going to get to the point where Kanan was raised to not be the young nigga.
And just be 50.
And be 50.
Oh, yeah, no.
But nigga still young, still getting raised. We just now meeting Tommy and Ghost after 3 seasons.
In a whole different show, I thought.
No, I feel like it's
the same thing.
No, yeah.
This joint calls something different.
We never raised Kanan for real.
Never raised the nigga.
Then again, I haven't seen the last season, so
y'all gonna say we haters, but it's all good, man. We just keeping it real, chopping it up like we in a barbershop. This is episode 280, man. We been ready to get up out of here. Big shout out to the area of Ontario, Toronto.
Yes, sir, man.
Canada.
Big shout out Realist 9 Canada. Big shout out if you tap into the Behind the Bros. That's coming back this Wednesday.
Yes, sir, man.
Tap in and listen to the Music Monday singles that dropped last night. You know we back. Y'all, I am starting Vinland Saga Season 2 this week.
Come on.
More tier, more there.
Absolutely, man. Definitely 100%. Still got Music Mondays coming every Monday. You know where to be at Wednesday. Come on, man.
Hell yeah, man. It's cold outside. Get a new jacket. Cover your neck. That's all I got, man. Take your vitamin C.
Start Christmas shopping, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This week.